What's something that you saw in your childhood that you didn't understand that now that you've grown up, you really understand and it's kind of messed up?
um,
It's a good ass topic.
no, it is actually a good topic, but I think the only thing that I'm thinking about right now is all the TV shows. Like all the, don't even the stuff that we're talking about this morning with what's her name? Moana? No, Pocahontas.
Pocahontas and Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, like the real life like version of it, and then how they kind of changed it. And I was like, when you're watching it, you're kind of like, oh, Pocahontas is so brave and da 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 da. It's such a love story. Then you realize that, oh no, she was underage and she got raped as a child or whatever. And
It's a heavy ass topic.
yeah, no, but regardless.
It's true.
Regardless, when I was watching it as a child, there's a lot of like TV shows that I watched as a child, and I was like, oh, that's quite innocent. You grow up and you're like, oh, the background of this is really terrible.
It's like Scooby Doo, for example. You grow up and you find out that, well, they're actually a group of kids rolling around in a van, and a lot of the time, Scooby and Shaggy are high as hell.
Oh,
They're high as giraffe nuts. They're so high because I know you realize. I think it's like Shaggy's the only one who can actually understand what Scooby is saying.
oh yeah,
And the rest of the van always just hear him making, dog noises.
even the van, it's kind of like a hippie kind of van. Like,
And Shaggy's
like,
always hungry. Shaggy and Scooby are always hungry.
and they're always eating.
Always high.
Ah, look at me! I'm finding this out right now.
If you actually watch the Scooby Doo movie, the one back in the day,
yeah.
there's actually a scene where I think Shaggy and Scooby get on a plane, and it was something along the lines of someone asked the question and they were like, "Do you know Mary Jane?" or something like that. And it was like, "Oh yeah, I love Mary Jane." It was one of those weird scenarios where it was playing out, and then as an adult, you're like, "Oh my goodness, they're actually talking about weed,
Oh yeah, the
marijuana,
name.
Mary Jane."
Oh
He loves
yeah,
it.
yeah.
They're always hungry, and then the penny drops, and you're just like, "Blood of Jesus!" This is shit I was enjoying when I was a kid. I was loving it, loving it. Like McDonald's, I was loving it.
No, but
And then you grow up and you find out these niggas is talking about weed.
it's actually messed up.
And then you think about the fact that Fred was always sending Shaggy and Scooby to do the messed up things, and then he'll stay with the girls. Because it's only just two guys and a dog and like two other girls.
Oh yeah. Then you're like, oh, you go do this, like
You and Scooby go and do this, and I'll stay with the two girls. And so I was like, why is he always sending them on these random missions and like just staying with the girls by himself? Like, why do as good as why do white people love splitting up when there's danger? I don't get it. I don't get it.
If like we hear something, let's split up.
I'm
What?
like, why? If I'm the killer and I'm just like, let's split up, shit.
Like they're doing the job for
I'm
me.
gonna have a great time. I'm gonna kill them one by one.
They're gonna make this easy.
Very easy.
Do you know the funny thing is, if there were like 5 people in one room fighting that one killer, even if he had a knife, I'm like, really, is he gonna be able to fight?
He can't stab all 5 people at once.
But if they all split up, you're like, oh, I got you now.
I'll stab you here. I'll wait for you to die here. I'll wait for your friend to come here and find you. Stab him whilst he finds you. Wait for someone else to come. Just keep stabbing them one by one. It's wild because I'm like, why is their first reasoning to split up and become singular as opposed to all going together? I'm like, why is your objective to find him one by one? Like, why would you think finding him on your own is a better idea than finding them together as a group? I don't get it.
Yeah, I think that's a bit messed up.
It's just dumb. It's just really dumb. And I don't know why that's a thing.
And then later thing that I actually realized, we realized, oh yeah, it's a black guy that always dies first. I'm like, why is this?
The funny thing is, maybe it was just something I never noticed, but I actually never noticed that in like horror movies and stuff that the black character always dies first. I'm guessing.
You don't know.
And the thing is,
like you've never seen it.
Funny enough, I've just never like been that receptive to that particular concept of black people always die first.
No. For me, like I saw it, like someone told me it, or I saw it on Instagram or something, and I was like, I don't think that's true. And I started watching like all the scary movies and stuff, and then you end up seeing it. You're like, is there actually a black guy that actually survives in any kind of scary movie scenario? And then you're like, not exactly, no.
There's very few of them.
Yeah, obviously, but I'm just sort of speaking.
Very few of them. I don't know. What else did I see as a kid that was fine, and then I grew up and it was messed
No,
up?
but not necessarily like TV shows. Is there something that actually
just things in general?
Oh, like I remember when I was like young, and do you know like when you get beatings and stuff, and then you're like you back in like my country and stuff, they used to do this weird thing where they would make you go and get your stick or your beating and stuff. But like before, like when you're a child, like that's kind of a normal thing. You just like, oh, I did something wrong. Let me get, I'm gonna get like, belt or whatever. But they started doing this thing where they'll make you go outside to go and get like the stick or whatever you need to get, so they can beat you with it. And if it's not good enough, they will go and get it for you, which will be much worse. Or maybe they'll use a bell or whatever, and then you're like, ooh.
That happened to me in boarding school back in Niger. The teacher was like, "This cane isn't long enough. Go back and get another cane. This cane isn't long enough. Go back and get another cane."
No, but when you grow up, like you realize that, wait, why was I even doing any of this? Like, why would they'll like go and get it, and you be out there, you be like going in the bushes, like.
I mean, I didn't go out there with vim. I didn't go out there happy. No, obviously. Like, let me go and find the cane to whoop my ass with. But it's one of those things where, as a kid, you're like, I mean, I feel like this is normal.
Yeah, like it's you feel like it's normal.
You don't want to get beaten, but you're like, yeah, I guess I did fuck up and I should get my ass beat. But none of them grown up and like, I was actually out here looking for stuff to whoop my own ass with. But that's just not right.
I think I should have been a lot smarter in
that
the sense
is not
of
right.
Like, you know what? If I'm gonna make you do the work instead. Like, why
do I now? You're gonna whoop my ass.
It's not gonna change anything. It's not like you're gonna do it softer because I've gone out there.
I remember in boarding school, I went to Redeemers High School in Nigeria. The Redeem camp.
Mm.
They had one teacher there. I can't even remember his name. But
do you want to,
bro? And I used to, because obviously we all lived in the hostels and stuff. You have the boys' hostels and you have the girls' hostels. And certain teachers used to live in the hostels with us, and he used to live in the hostel with us, and he was the science teacher. He was like, I think he taught chemistry and biology, and then we had a different teacher for physics.
Yeah.
And I remember every time you walk past his room, or you can, like, I feel like 70%, maybe like 80% of the time, when you walk past his room, this nigga's lifting weights. And you know he's lifting weights because you can hear the plates clanking as he's lifting it. Like he's lifting weights. And you can just hear the weights clanking.
Yeah.
I remember one day in class, everybody failed the test. I think the person that actually passed the test got like a D. The one person that passed got a D. In terms of like, the best result was a D. And he had this cane. He had this cane that he had special. And at the top of the cane, in Nigeria, there used to be this one sweet that the bottom of the sweet was like a sombrero hat. He put the hat on top of the cane.
This guy was a psycho, man.
He put the hat on top. And the thing is, the hat, the bottom of the ice cream, the bottom of the sombrero hat thing had a face on it. So when he put it there, the cane had a face with a hat on it. And he was just walking with the cane and he put it in the corner of the classroom.
Mm.
And then for some reason, this nigga thought it was okay to tell us that, do you know I lift weights to beat you guys? I was like, this is why. I remember as a kid, I heard that and I thought it was funny. Right?
It's a psycho, man.
I didn't laugh out loud, but I thought it was funny because I was like...
Yeah, obviously you can laugh out loud.
Because it sounds like a fun... But now that I've grown up, I'm like, do you know how messed up you have to be as a person to say, I'm gaining more muscular strength?
The fact that...
muscular strength to be able to whoop this nigga's ass even harder. Like, just beating them isn't hard enough.
I think...
He was wham.
No, I think...
He was wham.
I think people like that have something just wrong in their head.
I don't think people like that should be teachers. I don't think they should be teachers because there was no love. There was actually no love. There's no love. It was just pain. it was just pain.
I think that's just how it is in Africa and stuff.
Like they think that you learn things by pain, because it's like
And
they feel like
punishment
it's like
and
they feel
stuff.
yeah, it's like they feel like you're gonna associate the pain with learning, or you're gonna remember the pain that you felt the last time, and then it's gonna make you not want to fuck up this. I'm like, no, I just feel pain. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I just feel pain. Like you whooped my ass now. You're basically trying to tell me that so next time I don't get my ass whooped, I should read the test. I read. I just don't understand it because maybe you didn't explain it better or your notes were trash.
Yeah, but it'll be like, oh yeah, you need to learn your timetables and stuff, and you'll be like, oh, if you don't know your timetables, I'm gonna beat you until you learn them.
Maths used to be.
know.
I think that's actually why I hated maths, because the teacher I had in high school, it was actually a woman as well. I remember this one particular. Any of you Nigerians out there, if you went to school in Nigeria, I don't know if you know the almighty formula. I don't know what the fuck that shit is, because
I don't know what that.
It's basically
the almighty formula. That's messed up. The almighty formula.
Wait, chill. Chill. Like it's basically like one of those. It's like Pythagoras theorem where you use it to solve a certain kind of maths problem. So it's like a certain type of problem arises, and you use the almighty I think I'm getting it right. I think it's called the almighty formula. I don't know, but that's at least that's what I remember in my head. And like it's just bare long. It's just long. Like the formula is long, and like maths just never went into my head straight like that. Like I had to actually sit down and like look at it.
Are you sure the almighty formula wasn't just a book? Just a maths book?
At least to my knowledge, I remember it was a formula to work out. It was kind of like to deal with shit like algebra. So it was like to solve a particular type of algebra problem. Or all I know is I remember it was called the almighty formula. I remember because I got beat several times because I didn't know it or I didn't remember it. And she used to do this thing where we'd start solving the problem, right? She'd put the problem on the board and she'd be like, I want you guys to solve this in the next 10 minutes. 10 minutes. You know what to do. I'm like, I don't know what to do. What do you mean you know what to do? Some of us don't know what to do because some of us are not geniuses. What the fuck? You know those students who
they just know.
They were just automatically inclined to know the math stuff, but I just wasn't one of those students. And what she'll now do is after she's written the stuff on the board, she'll start walking around the classroom and like checking everybody's work, seeing what you're doing. So my heart was always racing. Like your chest is beating because you know
you're
when she comes round here.
Edge,
because when she comes round here, she's gonna see that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm just holding my pen, just looking at the maths formula, just looking at the algebra. Like, right, those are some numbers and that.
The almighty formula.
I'm just like, those are some numbers and the
almighty formula.
Some letters as well. Like, boy, they put them shits together real nice. I just don't know what the fuck to do with them. But I know I'm supposed to use I'm like, I don't know the formula, man. What the hell?
Okay, that's something.
And then she walks around, and then when she sees that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, she'll smack you in the face.
Okay, so is this now something that you now understand now?
No, I've never used algebra in my life. I've never used Pythagoras theory in my life. Never.
Man, that's messed up.
I've never been in a situation where I'm like, oh shit. Where's my calculator, man? I need to use Pythagoras theorem right now to solve this shit because this is getting out of hand.
This algebra.
She used to knock niggas in the head with her fist as well. Like, she used to do that shit like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm just like, that is not going to make me learn.
That actually gave me flashbacks for a second.
I'm just going to have anxiety every time I think about maths.
Actually, when you knocked your knee, like, I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, like, my dad used to do it. I was like, oh, the beating.
Oh, he used to knock your knees. What the fuck? What, your knees?
Not my head.
What the fuck with you? I thought that was just hitting you with the knees and shit. Like, come here, look.
What's wrong with you?
Get your fucking knees out of here, man.
Bring your knees.
You weak knee ass nigga. Get your fucking knees out of here, man.
Get your knees all nice and strong.
But like she used to do the shit where she used to walk around the class as well with the wooden rulers. The wooden yellow rulers. All my Nigerians know the rulers I'm talking about. The wooden yellow ones. The little They're like 12-inch ones. You can get like 6-inch wooden and they were yellow. If you went to school in Nigeria, you were like around that age. You know the wooden rulers.
Yeah,
they used to fucking hurt.
No, in Zim they used to make you take out your knuckles.
That's what she used to do. That's what she used to do. Like when
bring
niggas,
your knuckles out.
When niggas were at the table writing like this, and she could see that they were whack. Whack. I'm like, what kind of evil is this? Like, it was just pain.
Honestly, I feel like all teachers in Africa, like they basically just were going through stuff at home. Just okay.
This nigga said they were reliving. They were fucking taking out their anger on kids.
They were like, "Oh, my husband."
It's not even that far fetched as well.
No, it's like, "Oh, my husband is beating me." Blah blah blah. Now I'm angry. Now you're a teacher. You're going to students and stuff. You're like, guys, do you know Pythagoras theory or whatever?
I actually knew Pythagoras theory. I think it's not a square plus b square equals c square, some shit like that. I think that's what Pythagoras theory is. And the thing was, that was the one part of maths I really loved, was trigonometry.
But here's the thing now. So now, are you saying that the beating that you got actually made you know all that information?
No,
that you now.
No, because
because now you know though.
No. Because
they used to be if you didn't know. You know.
I just liked angles anyway. I liked solving angles in a triangle. Trigonometry, like that shit came easy to me, and I feel like it was one of those situations where certain things will come easy to you, certain things won't come as easy to you. I don't know why. I always just loved angles and fucking working out. The 360 in a circle, the 180 in a fucking, in a line, the 90 degrees angle and shit. Like, that shit just came easy to me. And trigonometry was where I excelled in any part of maths. I hated algebra. Okay. I fucking hated algebra.
Okay, as just a pass-on question. Do you think that beating could ever be a solution, essentially, to just sort of get things in your head?
Nah.
100%. I agree.
I feel like beating is just one of those forms of beating should be used as a form of punishment if you do something bad.
But here's the thing.
If you do something bad,
here's the thing. The older generation and stuff, they always say that, oh yeah, us lot are more well behaved than the younger generation than us. Do you know what I mean?
What, so you mean
and they're saying that the difference, because they're saying the difference is we would never beat our children or anything. But
who is we?
Like someone like in our generation.
I'm gonna whoop my child's ass if he fucks me up.
Fucks you. Like, what do you mean?
Like when they say I'm not gonna beat my child with a belt because he's lost his bag at school. I think when parents did that shit, it was overboard. But then you have to remember back in their days, they were thinking, I'm using my hard-earned cash to buy you this stuff. I'm hustling and I'm struggling and you're out here just throwing your books and shit everywhere. But at the same time, I'm going to discipline my children. Like, I'm not just going to let them run riot just because certain kids, no matter what you say to them, they still want to act bad.
No, I completely understand. But for me personally, I actually just, because I hated getting beaten.
Would you smack your kids?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't smack
I just wouldn't. I wouldn't, because I want to stop the whole generation of like beating. I want to be able to discipline my child without having to beat him.
So what if you're telling your child to do stuff and they're not listening?
I'll find some other way. There's always some other way to do it.
Just go upstairs and lock him in the room.
I don't know. I'll figure it out. But regardless, I just don't think that actually beating a child, like,
so as in you have say a 2-year-old child or something, who is being retarded, like he's being ridiculously naughty, and you told him don't go, and he's just doing it. We'll just leave him to do it and just be like, you know what, he'll get tired of doing that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm not too sure exactly how, because I don't have any children of my own.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, for example, your child likes playing with, I don't know, the body lotion that you put in your room. Obviously, you could just move the body lotion higher up. But the day you forget to move it higher up and he sees it there again and he pours it all over the carpet.
I feel like there's ways of disciplining a child. I'm not too sure exactly what it is, but there are other ways of punishing the child.
Or your child keeps slapping you in your face.
I'll figure some way out. Like, because at the end of the day, they like something or they want something. Maybe it's a matter of taking that thing away rather than for them to have all the comforts that they have.
But that's what I'm saying. Imagine a case where you're in the living room with your child and your child keeps hitting you in the face, and he likes his iPad, and you take the iPad away, and because you're taking the iPad away, he's now angry, and now he's hitting you in your face.
It's a child. I mean, I can stop him from beating me,
and he still carries on hitting you in the face.
I wouldn't be like, come on, like I just.
That's why I said spanking. I didn't say whooping your child. I said spanking. There's difference between spanking and whooping your child.
Personally, I just don't agree with it because I know, like, for me, it shaped me differently.
That's what I'm saying. What happens when you have a naughty child that doesn't understand the concept of English just yet, but they know how to do stuff?
Eventually, they'll understand.
No, that's what I'm saying. But before they eventually understand how to speak and comprehend certain things, what do you do in that period when they don't understand that this is wrong and this is right? They don't know how to communicate that to you.
No, I completely understand. But to me, at that point, because they don't even know how to communicate that to me, and so, like, I know that they can't hurt me so that bad to the point where I'll be hurt. Like, let's say if you and me fight and stuff, like, you would hurt me pretty bad, or I can hurt you so much. Yeah. But if a 2-year-old starts punching me, I mean, it's not gonna, like...
Yeah, it's not gonna make me... I know if my 2-year-old is punching me in my leg, it's not gonna hurt. But I'm talking if the 2-year-old climbs up on you and starts hitting you in your eye.
I'll just put him down.
And he climbs back up and carries on.
I'll just constantly put him down.
Until your eye starts until your eyes like bleeding.
No, obviously you have to use your like intuition. I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, at what point... If now, like, your child climbs up and starts beating you, like, no, don't do that, and like...
Don't do that, but they don't understand that.
Yeah, and I completely understand.
And then they start crying and they think because they're crying now...
Leave them to cry.
No,
leave them to cry on the floor.
Okay, so the child is now crying, and because he's crying, he's angry, and because he's angry and he doesn't know how to express his feelings. The next best thing was to climb up and smack you in the eye.
I'll put him down. I'll just put him down, and if he even tries to come up, it's like, oh no, just put my feet or something.
That's what I'm saying. That it's easy to say that, but then you have to continually understand that that's something that you have to do for the rest of the time until he can understand you.
Personally, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that just because I know how he changed me, like with all the beatings and stuff, and I wouldn't want... Because I still remember certain beatings.
I remember certain beatings. And I remember most beatings, in fact.
I remember beatings more than good times, like in my childhood memories and stuff.
That's dark.
I know. But it's because I got so many. It's because I had so many.
So you felt like if they'd spoken to you instead of beating you on a lot of those occasions, it would have changed how you felt about certain things or how you acted as a child?
No, here's the thing. There's when I used to get beatings, like, sometimes they were just sort of they were necessary, but then sometimes they were just unnecessary.
This is where personally, sorry to cut you off. This is where I feel like being a good parent versus being a terrible parent comes in, where I'm not going to whoop my child for unnecessary things like little minor things. I'm talking when the kid has done something ridiculously silly to the point where it's like you knew that if you did this would cause a negative reaction.